Willie D live.
Family, we got this story of a police officer who pulled up at the scene of the crime. And so let me tell you, let me give you a little bit backstory before I play this video. And trust you me, you're going to want to watch this video because it is going to blow your mind to see how they deal with this situation. Let me just put it like that. So I'll just read an excerpt. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Here we go. Colorado Springs, Colorado. On Thursday, November 13, 2025, at 11:28 p.m., Colorado Springs Police Department received a call for service of a burglary in progress, potentially involving a firearm in the 500 block of South Nevada Avenue. The caller stated that earlier in the evening, a man had been at the location and had assaulted an individual, leading to a brief fight. The man left, threatening to return with a gun. The reporting party stated the man in question had now returned and was banging on his door and was potentially armed with a firearm. At approximately 11:41 p.m., a CSPD officer arrived on scene. The officer did not observe any active disturbance and was attempting to contact the reporting party from the 911 call. As the officer was walking toward the reporting party's room to contact him, the reporting party emerged from behind a locked hallway security door. About 2 seconds later, 3 individuals, 2 males and a female, exited a separate room into the walkway between the reporting party and the officer. And here's where things get extremely interesting for all of us. Check it out.
Yeah, dude, you freaking no.
George 25, shots fired, shots fired. George 25. I've got one Hispanic male with an AK style rifle. Hey, the end of the hallway on the left, somebody came out with an AK style rifle, pointed it at me. I shot.
Right there?
I can't tell. That's why I ran down here, because there's no cover up there.
Right here, over here.
Hey, it's him, it's him.
No, we need help, we need help.
It's him, it's him, it's him.
2 people are shot.
Get on your face.
2 people are shot, I promise.
Okay, fam. So see the guy who just had his hands up? That's the guy who had the AK rifle, which turned out to be a BB gun, right? Turns out to be a BB gun. But the police didn't know that. He thought it was the real deal. He thought it was a real assault rifle, right? The police who saw this guy point the gun at him and saw this guy come back out on the balcony and raise his hand and say, hey, somebody's been shot. He didn't shoot at him. He didn't say, get out, you dirty little mother. Get out, get your ass. I'm going to kill you, mother. You shot at me. You pointed a gun at me. None of that. He was just like, okay, I'll be up there. Do you know that they politely arrested him and took him to jail? The guy who pointed the fake gun, what they thought was a real gun, which they thought was a real gun, at the police. He points a big old gun at the police and nobody gets killed. They hit a couple people, but nobody got killed. Not only did nobody get killed, they didn't even try to kill nobody. The guy gets to come back out and walk up to the police and say, hey, you know, somebody got shot. No carnage, no casualties, just a nice, clean arrest, and everybody go home. Now, here's the deal. That's what we would like to see, but we'd like to see that consistently. We like to see nobody's advocating for the police to kill people. Lord knows they don't need advocates. They got enough. They don't need no encouragement. Because they ain't got no problem killing. So they don't need any encouragement. But the way that they pick and choose when they're going to escalate, when they're going to de-escalate, the way they just gun down innocent people so often. How many times do we see a week the police killed a person that was unarmed? The police kill unarmed people all the time. How does the guy who they thought had a gun for real get to be arrested, walk away, and live to tell the story? How does that happen? I'll tell you how it happens. Bias, implicit bias. We all have implicit biases. But when you have implicit bias, and you are a police officer, you can get somebody killed. You can kill people. You can destroy lives. When you have implicit biases and you are a judge or a prosecutor, you can destroy lives. When you have implicit biases and you are an educator, you can destroy lives. You can make a kid feel that they're worthless, that the only thing they can become in life is some person who is just mowing yards for a living. You know, you can make that person think that they can achieve nothing more than an entry-level position somewhere. When you have implicit bias and you have that type of power over people, you can destroy lives. You can destroy lives when you have implicit bias and you are a politician. And I'm saying you can, but we all know they have throughout history destroyed lives with that implicit bias. See? So you can have implicit bias, and as long as you ain't got no position of power, it don't really too much affect anybody. You really can't really exercise any power over that person. But if you're in a position where you can affect a person's livelihood or you can affect their future in some kind of way, educators, doctors, prosecutors, judges, politicians, you can destroy lives. And we got millions of them roaming this country. It's millions of these uncivilized mutts all over the place. I do not believe a black man would have survived that situation. Not at all. I do not believe a black man would have survived that situation. They are bloodthirsty to kill black people. That's right, I said it. I said it. Hey man, if I was lying, I could understand if you were upset with me. But you know I'm not lying. That's why you can't call me a liar. You can't say I'm lying. You can only say something else. You can only say something stupid. You can only try to disparage me or something like that, but you can't say I'm lying. this dude pulled a gun on the police. A fake gun, but the police thought it was real. And he lived to tell the story. All the other police officers pulled up and said, well, let's just work it out, see if we can work this thing out. The rest of the story goes as follows. When the individual who had raised the rifle at the officer appeared on the second floor walkway, reporting that 2 people had been shot, he was cooperative and was taken into custody without further incident. Ooh, must be nice. While that was happening, other officers who had arrived on scene began rendering medical aid to the male and the female who had been shot. Both people who were shot were transported to a local hospital in stable condition with non-life-threatening injuries. The rifle recovered on the scene was a Crosman AK-1 full auto air cartridge BB gun. A full auto air cartridge BB gun. 2 other edged weapons were recovered on scene. They are consistent with the object that the male who was shot was seen carrying. The officer involved in the shooting is Austin Homburger, assigned to the downtown area response team and had been employed with the CSPD for 9 years. The individual with the rifle was questioned. Whoo, fam, check this out. The individual with the rifle was questioned and released pending additional investigation. At the time, he has not been charged with the crime and is not being identified. Who is this guy? I don't know. I'm just asking. Who is this guy? Who is this guy that he could cause all of that mayhem, get a couple of people shot, pull a gun on the police, and he actually shot the BB gun at the police. Crazy. But how does this guy get to shoot at the police with the BB gun, get a couple of people shot because of his actions, and not face any consequences? They questioned him. They let him go. They didn't even say they arrested him. They say he got questioned and he was released. He was released. So he didn't get arrested, didn't have to make bond or nothing. He was just questioned and released. And at this time, they're uncertain if charges will even be filed. Amazing. The double standards need to be studied. Well, I guess they have been studied. Yeah.